Hi, I'm Jeff Lowridge, and the series I'm pitching is titled Deacon Blues. Deacon Blues tells the story of a man who's seeking to reinvent himself after a battle with substance abuse and addiction. An addiction that may have indirectly caused the death of a former lover. The concept of addiction is one that I am familiar with, as I've had my own struggles in the past and made some poor choices and have looked to get a second chance, like the hero of our series. Our series takes its name from the song Deacon Blues, and that's from the jazz rock band Steely Dan. The music of Steely Dan is part of the genre, affectionately labeled as yacht rock. That music and the mood and feelings it evokes is what inspires this series. Yacht rock is a style of soft rock, and from between the late 70s and early 80s that featured elements of soul, R&B, funk, jazz, rock, and disco. It's a style of music I've known and loved since I was a young boy when the genre was at its peak popularity. You can now refer to the pitch deck I provided as we explore the concept of the series. The concept is a half-hour, single-camera, scripted dramedy, more drama than comedy, set in the late 70s, early 80s music business world of yacht rock. Locations include the decaying streets and nightlife of New York City of the late 70s, and the sunny palm tree and drug-drenched locations around Los Angeles with assorted losers, hustlers, ramblers, who make up the stories and themes lifted from the lyrics of some of the genre's most beloved songs. Our main character, Walt Dupree, he's mid to late 30s, he's a saxophone player, and he's an ex-cop. He's got frizzy afro hair with a handlebar mustache, and he looks like he stepped off the cover of any album from that era. He's got a Hawaiian shirt. He's quiet, calculating, brooding. Walt is a recovering alcoholic. I see the actor Miles Teller perhaps playing him. Our next character is Benny Dupree. Benny is Walt's younger brother. He's late 20s. He's an idea man, schemer. He's got a lot of manic energy. He's a motor mouth. At night he works as a strip club DJ. His day job is as a low-level drug dealer, con artist. He's an idea man, and he's always looking for the next score or the next mark. Our next character we meet is Brandy Seeger. She's female, late 20s, dark hair, dark eyes. She's like a Megan Fox type, tough yet tender. She's a motherly figure. She has motherly instincts. She's the kind of girl that would inspire a song to be written about her. And she has a young daughter. Our next character is Shuggy Rhodes. Shuggy is mid to late 40s. He's African American. He's Walt's sponsor. Shuggy fits the mold of the mentor, wise sage type from Joseph Campbell's Hero of a Thousand Faces. He's a Vietnam vet. Both he and Walt served the NYPD, and he's also a former heroin addict. Physical traits I see him is like Jules in Pulp Fiction. So our pilot, the opening scene of our pilot has Walt, our main character, at a studio session where he's been invited to audition to play saxophone on for a forthcoming album from a major rock artist. After a few takes, he's just not hitting it. His concentration is elsewhere. His concentration is actually marred by images of his former lover, Ambrosia, who was killed in a mysterious drive-by car accident a few years earlier that Walt witnessed. The accident's replaying in his mind in a loop. It's affecting his saxophone playing, so the producers politely dismiss him, and it seems like he's blown his chance. So afterwards, Walt meets up with his friend Shuggy at a nearby diner. They discuss how the audition went bad and the mysterious circumstances around Ambrosia's death a few years ago. Shuggy gives him some guidance, some words of wisdom, and asks him to come speak later at a 12-step meeting. So on his way home, Walt stops at a strip bar. He goes to talk to the DJ, who's Benny, his brother. They discuss the audition, and Benny offers to put in a good word for Walt with one of the producers, who Benny deals drugs to. Walt blows this idea off. He gives Benny a hard time for even dealing drugs, and next we enter Brandy, who is Walt's current love interest, and she's a waitress also at the same club. They chat about Walt helping her with her law school tuition, and it's revealed that Walt's dream is to secure a recording contract that will lift him and Brandy into a better life. Later, Walt speaks at that meeting, and it's revealed about Walt's days as a cop, and he was in a crooked unit, and there were some mysterious circumstances that caused him to quit. On the way home from the meeting, Walt sees a club out in the background. There's neon lights, and he can hear jazz coming from there. So he decides to go in. He goes and sits at the bar, and when he sits down, he's face to face with a wall of bottles. There's an uneasy pause, silence, and then, will he take a drink or not? And then suddenly Shuggy appears, and he breaks the news to Walt that the audition went well, and the producers and the band want him to come back for another audition. As Walt leaves the club, he sees a car drive by, and behind the wheel of the car there's a shadowy figure that resembles a man that he saw behind the wheel of the car that killed Ambrosia. So some sample episodes from season 1 include episode 1, the audition that Walt gets invited back to. Walt goes to it. There's a rival musician that looks to sabotage Walt. Episode 3 has Brandy evaluating her priorities in life between law school and waitressing and a mother and Walt, and where Walt fits into all of that. And B story is Benny making a big score. He's up to something. And episode 5 synopsis is a former NYPD acquaintance gives Walt some information that may shed some more light on Ambrosia's mysterious death. Shuggy flirts with relapsing. The overall arc of season 1 has the journey of Walt struggling to find his niche as a studio musician. The series pretty much, the season takes place pretty much all through New York City. It's dark, it's dirty, it's gritty. Season 2, the events shift to Los Angeles, and we have a brighter, sunnier motif. Things aren't always what they seem in Los Angeles. There's a lot of, fake in LA. Careful what you wish for. Old problems renew themselves are themes in season 2. The tone of the show, themes such as addiction, corruption, redemption, sexuality, infidelity will all be explored. There will be elements of humor. They'll be subtle though, not like over the top or slapsticky. There will be tender, intimate moments as well. Visual styles will include those of like Taxi Driver and Jackie Brown. At this point, I'll field any questions you might have. Thank you.